There are 3 rules in sailing. I'll tell you those rules. First, you cannot breathe underwater. Second, you cannot sail directly into the wind. And the third one I have forgotten, but it really wasn't important. You know, life is a little bit like sailing. I mean, you can't always make the boat go in the direction you want it to go, but you can so adjust your sails that you get to go where you want to go. You know, the last video I did, some thought it was a little controversial. Some thought it was very good. It received a lot of mail over that video. I was walking Bentley when it hit me. I should approach this subject of the Alcoholics Anonymous like I approach teaching in a classroom. I like to let people make up their own minds, so I present something to them in a way that they have to think about it and come up with their own opinion, and in most cases it's the opinion I wanted them to come up with. That video is a little like I was on the back of the sailboat casting a fishing line into the water, trying to find a big fish. And in that video I caught some big fish, and the video did exactly what I wanted it to do. Needless to say, if you didn't catch my point, because there wasn't anything in that video that wasn't really what I feel, I wanted to show you the kind of people that were in Alcoholics Anonymous. I wanted to show you what they are, and the video did just that. All you had to do was look at the comments, and that's what I was hoping to have happen. Sadly, I had to remove a lot of the comments because I perceive people that watch my videos are little old ladies, sometimes maybe nuns sitting in a convent watching, or they're little kids who are like sponges that will absorb everything. Some of the comments were so vulgar, and they used words that began with C. I had to remove them. But I left up some that were kind of borderline vulgar, that expose the kind of people that are in Alcoholics Anonymous. I mean, comments after watching that video such as, "Go hang yourself, old man." These are not good people. I have to assume that they're either totally uncaring, almost like zombie people, who don't give a damn about other people and their pain. It makes them bad people, by the way, if that's how they feel. Or they're drunks. Or they're high on something. But the bottom line is, there are people that I don't want anyone I love to be around. I don't want them to have anything to do with someone I care about. And that's what the video was supposed to do, and that's exactly what it did. I think addiction is a problem. For some reason, those in that cult, they feel that addiction to alcohol is somehow different than an addiction to smoking a pipe, or an addiction to watching Sally blow-up dolls on TV. I don't think they have Sally blow-up dolls on TV. I've never seen one advertised, though the way things are going now, it's possible I could. I probably wouldn't buy one. I know somebody think maybe he would buy one of those Greg the Greek cowboy dolls, but no, I would not. A Sally blow-up doll? No. How do we get off on blow-up dolls? Forget that. I'll edit it. I'm lazy. This will probably still be in the video. Well, let's go on. Addiction is addiction is addiction. Alcohol addiction is no different than any other addiction. What needs to stop is addiction. What Alcoholics Anonymous proposes with their cult. Oh, let's digress for a moment. What is a cult? Well, cults come in many forms, many ways. I mean, you just have to figure out it's a cult, and then you have to get away from it as fast as you can. Whether it's Jamestown, religious fanatics, or a bunch of drunk fanatics, you can tell they're a cult, because all cults. This is a learning moment. Put this in your mind. Do not forget it. It will be on the exam. Cults want to separate the people in the cult from people that are not in the cult. Because if their message is so weak that somebody with intelligence might be able to direct them in another direction, their most paramount thing is to cut them away from anybody else that doesn't share their ideas. Keep them isolated, even in business and things, with only people that are in their cult. If you learn nothing else, learn the minute somebody says detach, do exactly what they said and get the hell out of there as fast as your little feet can carry you. So we understand what a cult is, right? You cannot stop addiction with addiction. It's like in sailing. You cannot sail directly into the wind. You sail across the wind. You will get where you need to go, but you can't violate the prime rule. The prime rule is you can't go directly into the wind in a sailboat. They just don't do it. Some kind of a physical law, I think. Addiction can only be stopped by stopping it. Addiction is the problem. It's not beer. It's not drugs. It's not porno movies. Addiction is addiction. And the way you stop it is to stop it. Now, there's a number of ways that you do it. But you have to look first at your method of stopping it and tell yourself, is this going to become addictive? Addiction kills. It doesn't matter what the addiction is. If the addiction is porno movies and you carry it far enough, you get into the wrong kind of films and then things escalate. It's addiction. Addiction is the problem. And the answer is you have to go inside yourself. You can't go out somewhere else. The answers are in you. The Indians had a saying. They said, conscience is like a wheel inside. And every time you do something wrong, that wheel turns, and it hurts every time it turns. The wheel may wear down if you keep doing wrong things. But there's still enough left that you know. Don't give me this gobbledygook. Satan made me do it. I was forced. I was driving down the road and suddenly the car wanted to veer right. I fought at the steering wheel. I couldn't stop it. It turned into the tavern. I was forced out of my seat and into the tavern. No, that's a bunch of bull dung. You did that. You're an adult. You can stop addiction by stopping addiction within you. You can't do it with another addiction. So, what we've covered in this brief tutorial video today is what is a cult. You better be able to recognize it. You cannot breathe underwater, and you cannot sail directly into the wind. I hope you've also learned that we can go anywhere we want to go, but we might have to adjust our sails to do it. And detachment's not a way to do it. But if we can't figure out a way to solve this problem, I will show the person I love the most in this world what detachment really is all about. Well, I must go. Perhaps I have not teed everybody off, but I will work at it in future videos. Polka. Sayonara. Do svidaniya. I'm going away, if you will excuse me. And as Bentley would say, woof, woof, woof.